Hello everybody and welcome back. We're ready to get underway here with the Squirtle squad against the top 1%. Once again, I am Darth Mike Winnick, and I'm joined here by Jake Cameron Myers. My roommate has the same name.
And you can't even say it right?
Well, I honestly didn't remember whether it was a Myers. Now that I know, we'll confirm it. We'll get it through.
Into a B and Ivy split. Wrap through Ivy and try to work the B site.
It's a B take because you got the smoke, flash, get onto site, cover off Z. Stellar's there. He's got the info early on, and that's going to bring the rotate in. But there's still the pressure towards Ivy. And AGN is ready for it. Catches one. Powers follows it up with two nice frags of his own. Will drop one and then the second, and now it's just base tapping away. Finds one and leaves Beef all alone. Where's the Beef? He's on A. As Powers puts a bullet right through his head.
Great play by Powers. And that was great awareness by Stellar to only call out there was two upper B, as they instantly put two near Ivy to watch the split.
Good response from AGM and Powers. AGM, of course, the big brain of the former Iceberg roster, now the Notberg roster, who have going through some changes these days. We'll see who they wind up with next and what iteration that team winds up with. But putting the coach in the server always leads to some interesting brain plays.
Oh, for sure.
You know, mix things up. Get the intelligentsia of the community through. We got the X-rays back up. Now we can see that there's 4 players stacking right around the corner from Stellar. He's about to have some targets in his face, and as the smoke fades, he's going to have a party. He's not able to accommodate that party. Just a few too many heads at the table. And so he will drop down, and now AGM tapping away with the UMP will nearly take MJ before losing his own life. So now health is low, but the bomb's getting planted, and this is getting dangerous. We're hitting that anti-eco territory where it's almost looking like the top 1% are at the advantage. A nade would end several players, but there are no nades at hand, so they're going to have to make do with the guns instead. KMZ finds the first. That's Beef plucked off, and these players are starting to fall left and right. They're still up top, but there is no molly to cover off the bomb, so this upper position is not as advantageous. Fletch still going to try and make it happen. Smoke goes into block. There's the frags, but the defuse comes in. Powers has it. It's expensive, but at least the Squirtle squad avoid that deadly eco.
I like that diffuse there, as they know they don't have mollies and any of the utility, and if they do, they still smoked it off. And against Deagles, it is very hard to spam through that smoke.
Got to get that luck shot.
That was big credit to the Squirtle squad for that retake. That is a 5v3 on B site, and top 1% were already pushed up everywhere, and they were able to just isolate all the 1v1s and spread the gunfights out, and it worked for their favor.
Powers going to take the fight early on towards Ivy. He's just rushing straight into the pistols, and he'll chew them up like a blender. So 3 already on the server. Now it's just left to Fletch and make that just tech to try and make this happen. He's got a deagle in hand. He's got about half his health. He's got no armor, and he's going to wide swing right into his demise as KMZ will mop it up. So the first round was expensive, or the first gun round was expensive, but the second gun round was clean.
Yes, that was a very good eco by Powers there. Really good awareness again to just continue the spray. A player to watch though this game, I'd say KMZ, as he always puts up big numbers and just a really well player to watch. He's very well rounded. It's also their opper, which is a lot of people you don't see getting 95 ADR as a dedicated opper, but he does a very good job of that.
Breaking in the ADR. That's how I know you're a true pug god. So, Scruffy rocking his way out upper, and it's going to be the rifles against the bonus round. SMGs, but the SMGs strike first. Stellar trades one with the MP9. Whatever damage the Squirtle Quad can do here, all the better. If they can keep that economy trimmed, that'll frankly be okay for them in this particular round. 3 SMGs still up, and they're at the disadvantage. Powers creeping in the back line, trying to run through the smoke, trying to find some sort of space here. KMZ will at least pick up the FAMAS, so they've got a wee bit of range to them, but there's not a whole lot of opportunity. They're just going to kind of press for the exit frags. And there's the first opportunity. MJ wins out the duel, but KMZ's in the back line to chime in with a kill of his own. AGM needs to get one more here. Will do so. There's the frag. And there's not the second. Almost there. Dueling it out with Tech at range. He's going to keep Tech close to the bomb and go up in smoke with him. That's worth it. Squirtle squad only keeping 1 alive. They're going to have to fully reinvest, and they're going to be on the precipice of the reset. So 3 to 1.
1% had 1 alive.
Sorry.
All of Squirtle squad died. However, they still have money to rebuy. As if you look, top 1%, they have 5 AKs, but 3 of them have only 1 flash. That was a very good play by AGM to make sure one of them died there.
Pulls him in towards the bomb, says, if I'm going, you're going with me. Tech's already been legged, but it is just the leg. But the two ops are on site, and instead it's Powers to find the first kill. So the rifle having effect. Will be taken down, but here's the ops in action. AGM seizes another frag. It's being traded out evenly, but now the punishment comes through. AGM rings another one clean. And now just Scruffy on site, close up by the bomb train. Will find one and the second. This has gotten risky. AGM and Scruffy going to be dueling it out, but AGM has all the time in the world for the lineup, and the top 1% will get knocked down to the bottom 99%.
And that is a full reset right there coming out of the Squirtle squad.
The hard reset, the pain, you can see it in their economy. They are way broke. In terms of economic situation on this buy, they are most decidedly not the top 1%. So just pistols out, armor on Scruffy, but that's going to be it. He's got the CZ, the pocket AK. See if he can work any magic with that well-balanced gun.
A little toxicity coming out of Scruffy.
A little bit. Stick to coaching. It was a 4K for AGM, wasn't it?
I believe so.
3 or a 4K. KMZ with a nice cleanup early on. Just Scruffy left alive. He is the lone survivor. And we'll see if there's any opportunity for him to get out, to get anything done here. Scruffy, creeping, may have spotted somebody out towards Ivy. I think he just got the peek, which would indicate that his position's known, but there's no reason for the Squirtle squad to shift at all. They don't really care about getting this armor and pistol out of Scruffy's hands. It'd be nice, but certainly no reason to hunt, potentially give him up a gun. So they're just going to lock down on the bomb. There's a minute still on the clock, and Scruffy, he's creeping. He's still thinking about going for this, or at least dying to let that round counter end. Beef's got them big ears. And Stellar's got the beef.
And top 1% are still going to have to save again.
So
I think this was a really interesting map choice, as if I was top 1%, they're all a lot more on the pug side, as most of them don't really have much experience, and they're more just better aimers. I'm surprised they pick a map like Train, whereas almost everyone on Squirtle is either main playoffs or MBL. And they're all well-seasoned, and they know this map very well.
And we're seeing that come into effect here, as it's going to be another clean round here. The top 1% now just the 1% of Fletch, who's the only one alive, trying to catch somebody off with a D. Gets the body shot, but it's not a dome. And so Stellar will win it out with the UMP. 5 still alive once again, and you can see that bank swelling. And on CT side of Train, that is so very important. You got 9K on AGM. You got 9K on, or you get 7,500 on Powers. I mean, they've got deep pockets.
And once you get to this point, especially on Train, when the CT's economy gets out of hand, that's when the tally marks start going up, as it's so hard to hurt the CT economy of Train once they build it that high up. And on the T side, you're losing these rounds like that. MJ, that's...
What a peak.
There's not much you can do to stop that, and it is just so annoying if you go down there. And this is where top 1%, they're just saying, what do we do here? There's only so much you can do on Train, especially when you don't have much practice, and that's going to start coming into effect, is they won't know what to do.
Beef and Fletch trying to find something. Fletch coming out of the ladder room can get nothing whatsoever, and it all falls to Beef. The lone survivor, last man alive. It feels like we've had the last man near ladder in the last couple of rounds, and he's just going to be creeping. Molly goes in. That might spread to his toes. Oh, there it is. There's the spread. Smoke comes out late. Oh, he gets it off. 20 HP. He's still going to be alive, and he's just going to be limping along, trying to get away. Doesn't have bomb control, so there's no chance for a plant. And at this point, he's just going to try and save, it seems. Still 50 seconds to do so, though, and KMZ is on the hunt. So if Beef comes down towards T-spawn, he's a dead man. That's exactly what he's going to do, and exactly how he's going to die. KMZ doesn't get tempted by the flash, will lock on and find the shot. So 7-1. And the Squirtle squad, it's not just that they've won 7 rounds in a row. It's that they've won about 4 rounds in a row now, with only dropping 1 player or so in a round.
And their economy, just look at 12,000, 7,000, 9,000, 7,000, 9,000.
The fact that right now Powers is buying an MP9 just to farm up more cash is absurd.
Stellar has a UMP.
This is silliness.
And it's just, there comes to a point where it's this top 1%, they just have to do something as a team. Like, all of the Squirtle squad knows exactly what they're doing. They all have trust in each other. They all know that they're all capable of holding each other's spots.
Maze He's going to spot one. That's upper
That's a
B
good kill.
halls. Nice kill to pick things off. This is just an anti-eco, but still, Deagles can be deadly. Deagles can catch you off guard.
There's Tech
There's
finding
Tech.
one.
Makes the one Deagle happen, loses his life immediately afterwards. So, again, one player dropped here, not at all really a threat for the top, or for the Squirtle squad as the top 1% try and find
Boost coming out
something.
of Fletch. They're not able to see anyone top train.
It's tricky. I like it. Sometimes you got to get tricky. Did you ever play that game SSX Tricky? Or was that before your time?
That's before my time.
That was GameCube. SSX Tricky, that was a snowboarding game. Man, that's a trip. I'm going down nostalgia lane because we have an N64 here. So there's an N64 here at localhost, which has a certain setup where we have all of the N64 games of history available to be played. And there were some kids playing, trying to play Super Smash Brothers, the old N64 version, who had never held a 64 controller in their entire lives because the console was older than they were. I had to explain to them how to hold the thing. It's not intuitive. You guys are spoiled with your fancy intuitive controllers now. The N64 controller looked like you were going to throw it at somebody Batman style.
It is 3 handles.
It just doesn't make any sense. But I had to learn them something, learn them a little bit of history. And Base is going to learn top 1% something today. Trades himself out of frag, but it's getting chaotic here on the A bomb site. There's 2 SMGs still saved through, but there's also 2 ops in play as well. The SMGs are having decent impact here. Trades effective, but it's going to be even numbers, and now it's all just AGM. Can he clutch it out once more? This time his position is known, and there's 2 Ts trying to face him down. The nade will do it instead, lands at his feet and sends him skyward. So the Kobe to get the second round for the top 1%.
It's a good play by top 1% there. That's a round they needed. They need to build their confidence here. They might be able to win a lot of rounds CT side, but T side train is where you either make or break it.
Just pure number-wise, they need some notches. Otherwise, they're going to wind up
However,
getting pistoled and
if
eliminated.
they lose this round, that could be a heavy reset.
There were 2 alive for top 1%. Indeed, they are at risk of Reset City. AGM going to take an aggressive position towards ladder room. I don't think they've really done this yet, the Squirtle squad, so maybe a bit of information there. A little bit of a new wrinkle. And the nade's going to be sailing out on towards A, but it doesn't look like they want to go off the back of that immediately.
They're going to throw a sandwich in E-box, and that takes 2 mollies out of the CT's hands. That's something I feel like top 1% need to do much more, is they've yet to throw consistently those E-box and sandwich smokes, and that's a good play out there. The DX drop, it's, if you can, especially if you can get 1 kill with neither of you dying, it's so effective, but wow.
Base with the big spray down. Nearly gets the third, but Tech swings a little wider than he was expecting. Now 2 players left and dwindling utility at this point. Just a decoy on Fletch and Tech all alone. He salvaged the smoke at least, but he'll also salvage some bullets straight to his own face. So the reset comes in, and it's going to be 9-2 with very little money whatsoever.
They're going to force here.
Oh.
They're going to have an op and an AK, and I believe pistols, but they might be able to make something happen if they open around with that op. They're just doing desperation mode right now, though. And
what's your view? Are you at that point in the round where it's so desperate that, yeah, you have to go for this, you have to get some sort of miracle play, or is it, no, we still need to give ourselves as many gun rounds as possible to try and get it done?
I honestly feel like if top 1% are going to win rounds against these guys with the little preparation they do, and they have no structure, I think all top 1% would have to do right now is smoke E-box, smoke sandwich every round to bait out their utility, and then try to make something work on A site. But they threw those smokes once, and you saw they baited out 2 mollies, but they've yet to do that after, and every time they try to go away, molly, 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 and they just get pinched. However, that's a really good play by Scruffy right there.
That's a good smoke. The smoke is entirely just to give him the cover to line up a pre-fired shot. Spots the legs underneath the tiny wood panel, peeking over upper. There it is. Stellar, though, going to find the first, and that's also the bomb as well. Now he's in an awkward situation, doesn't know which way to look. However, the ops are in play, and the ops are wrecking havoc. Bomb will be down. It's just Scruffy all alone. He's got an op. He's got 16 HP, rather, and he's got the prayer of a chance of making it through. Make that no chance.
And that's going to be a full reset.
Again.
What do you think the score of this game is going to come down to?
In this half or this game?
This game.
I think it's very likely we're sitting at a 13-2 half. And I think if the pistol goes the way of the Squirtle squad, which they looked very good on their pistol in the first half, I think it could be a 16-2.
I think, as much as I love close games, I'm going to have to go 16-3.
16-3.
I think they'll win 1 pistol round. I think there's just going to be I have a feeling they're going to lose pistol and win the eco right after. Or that's a good play by Powers and Base there. But I think they're either going
It's eco
to
cleanup, yeah.
win pistol and lose the round, lose after that.
Okay.
Top 1% is going to, or they're going to.
So you think they get one? They get one in the second half?
I think they get one in the second half. Either they win pistol and lose out, or they lose pistol, win eco, and lose out. And I have confidence in their pistols.
That's harsh.
I'm sorry, but pistols in this
harsh.
game, pistols on land. Tried it out. Oof.
So that's a lot of harshness there, but maybe not unfounded. Squirtle Squad have some of the most experienced players here at the current LAN. I would say they are heavy favorites to certainly make playoffs, if not finals.
Wow. Base full blind, still able to line up beef there.
How's Fletch is thinking about it?
No.
He's going for it. Oh, Fletch.
That's just a dry peek. Like, whoa!
AGM, the coach, the man, the myth, the legend, lines them up and knocks them down. Set the pins up. Knock the pins down. Powers gives credit where credit is due to MJ, but now it's just going to be Tech left alone. MJ, I don't like you anymore, AGM. I like it indeed. What a shot from the big AGM, nailing the frags. He is the man on the server.
I don't know if
right
you
this
heard him.
moment.
I heard him scream from all the way back there. They're getting pretty excited about this, but I don't know. I feel like top 1% just need to make a bold play here, and they need to stop spreading out. And they're doing individual plays like that. Like, yes, they made a good flash down and a good peak ladder, but they probably should have sent 2 there. Like, Fletch just dropped all by himself. And yes, it would have been nice to get that trade, but you either got to re-flash yourself down, or that's a good play by KMZ. I feel like just
bold move from Scruffy.
that dry peek, though, on ladder, I feel like that's just tilt mode coming out.
It was, so he misses the first op shot, and that gives the player a lease on life, or a second lease on life, but then just goes right back to the well. Stellar with the multi-kill, and the last lineup through smoke. Squirtle Squad indeed hit that 13-2 half, absolutely sweeping top 1% off the board. Full annihilation here, and now it's all going to come down to what the top 1% can do on the back of this pistol. They need to get the pistol to have any shot at taking this map.
I agree.
Do you believe?
Train is very CT sided.
Yeah, it is.
Train is very CT sided, but I don't think this team can match up to the Squirtle Squad. They're going to be one of the top teams here at this LAN, and I like to see what they'll make out of this. I'd like to see how they match up against Whitmer's team. I feel like that's going to be a very good match.
Good shot from Tech to open up the proceedings. He'll be traded, but now the kills are coming in from Scruffy, and KMZ in the back line just going to eventually get the taps down. KMZ and Stellar finding frags. The man advantage is here, and the man advantage is strong. It's just Beef, and he's last alive in a pistol round again, and he'll catch a USP bullet from the salvage gun straight to the dome, and so the Squirtle Squad pick up 14 and close whatever window the top 1% might have had to get back into this map.
I agree. And that was, as you saw, just the teamwork, the experience coming out of the Squirtle Squad. They, composed themselves, and then they lined up and made that double peek towards Z. Instead of, whereas someone might just make a solo peek there to try to get the kill, they made sure they will secure that kill. And it's just unfortunate rounds going the way of the top 1%. And I just have to say it's due to teamwork. As you saw there, it's a 5v3 or a 4v3, and instantly it goes down to a 1v3.
Would you say that teamwork is what made the dream work?
Teamwork always makes the dream work.
So with the power of teamwork on their side, AGM going to pick up frags early on. I'm going to accidentally open up the stream that I'm in on my phone, trying to read chat. No worries, I'm just trying to interact with you guys. Base going to fluff the spray and actually get peeked on with a CZ, so a glimmer of hope for top 1%. They've salvaged an AK at the least, but now the bomb is down and B-site's locked out. He's just going to try and keep this gun alive.
If I'm the top 1% here, I just save.
Of course.
You have 3 players with armor, and your CTs, you get full money next round. That's just one less thing you have to buy, and Scruffy has an AK, so he's able to drop someone who MJ or Beef would have died this round. KMZ is going to... Oh, he gets Scruffy, though. That's the AK down.
So the AK out, it might be retrievable. Doesn't look like it, though. And Fletch going to get no-scope scouted by KMZ. So now just Tech alive. He's got armor and a deagle, but at this point, that's not much to hang your hat on. 15-2, and top 1% would need 13 rounds in a row to bring us to OT.
Well, looks like your prediction might be right here. After Fletch just got no-scoped there, I just made a very awkward eye contact with him, and he just shook his head at disappointment.
Sad Fletch.
Sad Fletch.
Sad Fletch.
At
The
least
young gun.
After
from
this match, he
DC
can go on
area.
the forums and be happy Fletch again.
There you go. Sad Fletch, happy Fletch.
I guess he didn't, go to the gym before this match.
I've been seeing Fletch playing at the DC area esports club tournaments. That was one of the Nerd Street Gamers showcase lands as well. Base gonna open things up with nice 2K early on. Stellar's going hunting on top of the train, and it is just sheer annihilation here. Finally an answer back, but that's gonna leave it all in Scruffy's hands, and Scruffy will get run down like a wild beast. So 16-2 is going to be the scoreline. The Squirtle squad just lay a smackdown down. The experienced players showing their pedigree here early on LAN.
That's what it comes down to, is those players. Train is not a map that you can go into